and stories of humans being attacked are commonplace. But in most cases, the elephants are simply defending their herds and waterholes. Today, Dr. Fox and her colleagues have persuaded these locals to come on a special safari to face their fears and experience the thrill of seeing elephants in the wild.
And if we can take them out to the field and they can see the elephants firsthand and see that they're not going to hurt them, they're not going to do anything to them, then that really decreases their fear, changes their attitudes. That's what we're looking for.
Okay, let's find these elephants.
So we're having some tracks which are a little bit older. The elephants are at that hill there.
With 16 years' experience in elephant tracking, Hendrik Munembome knows how to stay close to the herd.
So it's time for binoculars.
Without scaring the animals.
We are no more far from the elephant, I think about 600 meters. So then we see what is the best way to possess ourselves so that we cannot bother them and have enough time to enjoy them.
Then, in one magical moment, all preconceptions are swept aside. This is the closest the group has ever been to elephants in the wild. It's precisely the outcome Betsy and her team have been hoping for. A life-changing day for the locals. The elephants don't seem to care at all. For some, the fear is so deeply ingrained that it may take more than one visit to build trust.
Omutimo kunjefa opo memuno mbepera memuno upyu memuno mbepera meho kuvevero ruta ruheuri.
The safaris are small scale, but Dr. Fox and her team are making a real difference, arresting the decline of ancient knowledge and protecting not only the future of the elephants, but also of the desert itself. The desert is not just a beautifully balanced ecosystem. It is also a place of great subterranean wealth, where minerals have accumulated and remained buried for millennia. 10% of all the world's uranium lies beneath the vast expanses of the Namib. The arid landscape also conceals more beautiful treasures, diamonds, precious stones and crystals, which for generations people have prospected, often with their bare hands. Though the chances of striking it rich are slim, the addiction of mining the desert is strong. In the northern reaches of the Namib, the Brandberg mountain region is a geological wonderland. Famous for the color of its rock face at sunset, Brandberg means fire mountain in German. Rising 2,600 meters, it is Namibia's highest peak. It towers over the country's largest deposit of semi-precious stones and gems that have been almost 140 million years in the making. In the shadow of the mountain, on the remote and rocky plains, there are 5 miners who are proud to call this place home. For 21 years, Russ Grief and his family have built up a small but profitable business, prospecting gemstones to sell overseas. The key to their success lies in a simple but effective formula, keeping it small and keeping it in the family. The Griefs are almost entirely self-sufficient, and they embrace the isolation.
Die woestyn is nie vir enige mens bedoel nie. As jy na die uitgestrektheid om jou kyk en jy plaas jouself daar in daai uitgestrektheid en jy probeer terugkyk na waar jy staan, dan sien jy kan jouself nie raak sien nie, so klein is jy. So die woestyn het 'n spesiale effek op 'n mens en dit is die manier om 'n mens te brei om by hom aan te pas. Die woestyn pas nie by jou aan nie.
The biggest challenge is the lack of water. It hasn't rained on the homestead for 2 years, and everyone's supply is rationed. The secret to survival is a careful division of labour. During the week, one of Martha's tasks is to educate her son. And it's not just the potential expense of sending him away to boarding school that motivates her.
Kyk, die grafiek. Want hulle moet geleerdheid hê en hulle moet geletterd wees en die skole van vandag is so vol boosheid dat ek besluit het my kinders sal uit die huis uit leer.
Meanwhile, outside in the dusty quarry, the compressor splutters to life. Russ and his oldest son Vince are getting a head start on a hot day of mining. They use gunpowder to blast rocks, hoping to reveal the gems inside. In total, the Graaf family has a license for 9 separate claims. They mine them scrupulously, one small patch at a time. It's an industrial process, but by doing it on a small scale, the environmental impact is limited. They almost always unearth chunks of crystal, and sometimes they find something extra special. Unusual, colourful, or large crystals are the most attractive to collectors, and Russ can't mine fast enough to keep up with demand.
Die grootte van hierdie kristal en die feit dat hy op 'n matriek staan, maak dat hy sy waarde baie meer is as wat dit net 'n enkele los kristal sou gewees het. Die kwaliteit van die kristal op sigself is 'n goeie kwaliteit en hy is onbeskadig.
The family has also invested in specialist machinery, so Martha and daughter Ella can clean and polish the smaller gems.
Om klippe te prosesseer, die manier wat ons dit doen, voeg ons waarde toe. Ons gee waarde en ons sit 'n bietjie liefde en energie in wat ons doen. Dan kry ons meer waarde vir ons produkte.
The women scrub up the spoils of the men's latest efforts. Nothing goes to waste. Shattered pieces of rock and shards of crystal are moulded into decorative pieces, just in case a passing tourist comes looking to buy. As soon as the sun goes down, Russ and the family get busy with an important evening routine. They're on the lookout for a particularly unwelcome house guest who likes to visit at night.
Wat het jy gekry? 'n Skorpioen.
Though difficult to see in the dark, Scorpions' exoskeletons glow a brilliant blue-green when subjected to an ultraviolet lamp. Scientists are still unsure why this happens, but this family appreciates the warning.
Ek kan nie presies onthou hoeveel keer nie, maar is definitief oor 100 keer wat hulle my al gesteek het. Maar die ergste as die groot swart paraboetes jou steek, dan as jy vir so 3 dae as jy afsiek.
To end the day, it's barbecue time, desert style. It might be a simple existence, but Ras is convinced that with the right marketing and a bit of money, he and his family have a unique desert experience to offer the tourists.
Oneindige potensiaal wat hier is. Hier is 4 verskillende ekologiese stelsels wat bymekaar kom. Die minerale is hier, die Brandberg, Oegap rivier met die renosters en die olifante, alles is hier.
So many of the people who've made their home in the oldest desert on Earth share the same passion, to work together to preserve the pristine nature of the Namib. This ancient wilderness of sand and hill thrills every new visitor. Those who have the privilege come to see that life here is more than a safari. Every generation born here needs to learn how to refresh the balance of life between the desert and its creatures. Even in its harshest corners and under the terrible shadow of disease, the strength of family endures. And the dunes themselves provide precious lessons on how to survive and thrive. In the Namib Desert, the dance of life goes on.